Subscribe, like, and share Cosmo Academia. Spain, a country known for its colorful culture, beautiful beaches, and amazing history, has always been a favorite place for tourists to visit. But being so popular has its downsides. Too many tourists, especially in popular spots, have led to a problem called overtourism. Imagine streets packed with people, not enough resources for everyone, and rent prices going through the roof, making it hard for locals to afford to live in their own city. That's what's happening in Spain, and they've decided to do something about it. On January 27, 2025, Spain announced new rules to deal with this problem. These rules show a big change in how Spain thinks about tourism. Instead of just welcoming everyone, they want to focus on sustainable tourism, a way of traveling that's good for both visitors and the people who live there. It's about finding a balance, making sure everyone benefits from tourism, not just a few. This isn't just about keeping Spain's cities and nature beautiful. It's about protecting the heart of Spanish life, the neighborhoods, the communities, and the culture that makes Spain so special. The new rules are bold and will change things a lot, targeting everything from vacation rentals to property taxes. Let's look closer at what these changes mean for both travelers and the future of tourism in Spain. Subscribe, like, and share Cosmo Academia. Malaga, a sunny city on Spain's Costa del Sol, is famous for its beaches and historical places. But like many popular tourist spots, it's also dealing with the downsides of being so popular. To fix this, Malaga has made a big decision: a 3-year ban on new vacation rental registrations in 43 areas. This ban, starting January 27, 2025, aims to stop the rapid increase of short-term rentals. Existing rentals and hotels are unaffected. The ban targets new registrations in areas where vacation rentals exceed 8% of residential blocks. This approach aims to balance tourism and affordable housing. Similar bans are happening in other Spanish cities like Alicante and Madrid. Subscribe, like, and share Cosmo Academia. While Malaga's vacation rental ban is making news, it's just one piece of a much bigger plan. Spain is rolling out a series of national measures designed to tackle overtourism head-on. These measures are not just about limiting tourist numbers, but about managing tourism in a way that benefits everyone. One of the biggest changes is a new 100% property tax for people who are not from the European Union. This new tax aims to make sure locals have enough housing. The idea is to discourage foreign investors from buying up properties for vacation homes, which can drive up prices and make it harder for Spanish people to buy their own homes. But that's not all. Spain is also thinking about increasing taxes on holiday rentals. This move aims to further slow down the growth of short-term rentals and encourage more sustainable tourism practices. And there's more. Remember the Golden Visa program, which allowed wealthy foreigners to gain residency by investing in real estate? That's ending in April 2025. This decision is seen as a way to stop speculation in the housing market and prioritize the needs of Spanish residents. Finally, get ready to share more information when you travel to Spain. There's a new requirement for increased tourist data collection. This means providing more detailed personal information, including bank details, family relationships, and addresses when renting cars or booking hotels. While this might seem intrusive, the government argues it's necessary to help police and security services. Subscribe, like, and share Cosmo Academia. Barcelona, a city famous for its Gaudi architecture, busy markets, and Mediterranean charm, has long been a victim of its own success. Overtourism has plagued the city, pushing locals to their limit. Now, Barcelona is taking a stand with a long-term plan to reclaim their city. Their weapon of choice? Eliminating tourist flat licenses by 2028. This isn't a new idea for Barcelona. In fact, they haven't issued new licenses since 2014, effectively stopping the number of tourist flats at around 10,000. This bold move is a clear message. Barcelona is prioritizing its residents and their right to affordable housing. The impact of overtourism on Barcelona has been undeniable. Soaring rents, crowded streets, and a sense that the city is losing its soul have fueled resentment towards unchecked tourism. Barcelona's plan to eliminate tourist flats is a radical step, but one that many locals believe is long overdue. Subscribe, like, and share Cosmo Academia. It's not just governments taking action. The people of Spain are making their voices heard loud and clear. Speaker 1. Anti-tourism protests have erupted across the country, from the bustling streets of Barcelona to the sunny beaches of the Canary Islands. Speaker 2. These protests are driven by a shared frustration with the negative impacts of overtourism. Speaker 3. Locals are feeling the squeeze as rents skyrocket, pushing affordable housing out of reach. Speaker 4. They see their neighborhoods transformed into tourist theme parks, losing their authentic character and charm. Speaker 1. The protests in Barcelona have been particularly noteworthy, with thousands taking to the streets in 2024 to express their anger and demand change. Speaker 5. From large-scale demonstrations to smaller, community-led initiatives, residents are sending a clear message. Enough is enough. Speaker 2. They want their city back. Speaker 3. These protests highlight a growing global trend of residents pushing back against the often detrimental effects of overtourism. It's a reminder that tourism, while economically important, cannot come at the cost of residents' well-being and the soul of a destination. Subscribe, like, and share Cosmo Academia. Section 6. Counting the costs, tourism in numbers. To truly understand why Spain is making these new tourism rules, it's important to look at the numbers. In 2024, Spain had a record-breaking 94 million international tourists, bringing in a huge 126 billion euros in revenue. While this huge number of visitors brings significant economic benefits, it also puts immense pressure on the country's infrastructure and resources. This surge in tourism has contributed to a housing crisis in many popular destinations, particularly in cities like Barcelona and Madrid. Rents have gone up dramatically, making it increasingly difficult for locals, especially those with lower incomes, to afford to live in their own cities. Moreover, the constant influx of tourists puts a strain on local resources, from water and energy to waste management. The environmental impact of overtourism is also a growing concern, with increased pollution, waste generation, and pressure on natural areas. Subscribe, like, and share Cosmo Academia. Section 7. Spain's not alone. A global trend in taming tourism. Spain's efforts to curb overtourism are not an isolated incident. Destinations grappling with the negative consequences of their own popularity are implementing similar measures. This reflects a growing recognition that unbridled tourism can be detrimental, and that sustainable models are crucial for the long-term health of both destinations and their residents. Venice, the Italian city of canals, has long struggled with overtourism. In response, they've introduced day-tripper fees and limits on tour groups to control crowds and manage the impact of tourism on this fragile city. Seoul, the vibrant capital of South Korea, has implemented a tourist curfew in its historic Bukchon Hanok village to protect residents from excessive noise and disruption. Even Mount Fuji, Japan's iconic peak, has restricted access to certain areas to preserve its natural beauty and limit the environmental impact of hikers. These examples demonstrate a global shift towards more responsible and sustainable tourism practices. Destinations are recognizing the need to prioritize the well-being of their residents and environments over short-term economic gains. Subscribe, like, and share Cosmo Academia. Section 8. What happens next? Navigating the future of travel. Spain's new tourism measures signal a potential turning point in the way we think about and experience travel. As more destinations grapple with the challenges of overtourism, it's becoming increasingly clear that the old model of mass tourism is unsustainable. The future of travel likely lies in embracing a more mindful and sustainable approach. This means traveling responsibly, respecting local communities and their way of life, and minimizing our impact on the environment. It's about choosing quality over quantity, opting for authentic experiences over crowded tourist traps. For travelers, this might mean adjusting expectations, being more flexible with travel plans, and embracing off-the-beaten-path destinations. It might involve engaging more deeply with local cultures, supporting local businesses, and traveling during shoulder seasons to avoid peak crowds. For destinations, it's about finding a balance between welcoming visitors and protecting what makes them special. It's about investing in sustainable infrastructure, managing tourist flows, and ensuring that tourism benefits local communities. Subscribe, like, and share Cosmo Academia. Section 9. Conclusion. Striking a balance for a sustainable future. Spain's new tourism measures, while potentially disruptive in the short term, represent a necessary step towards creating a more sustainable and balanced tourism model. By addressing the negative impacts of overtourism head-on, Spain is taking a proactive approach to protect its cultural heritage, environment, and the well-being of its residents. The success of these measures will depend on a collective effort from tourists, locals, and the tourism industry. Travelers must embrace responsible tourism practices, respecting local customs and minimizing their impact. Locals need to be engaged in the decision-making process, ensuring their voices are heard. And the tourism industry must adapt to this new paradigm, offering sustainable travel options and promoting responsible tourism practices. Spain's journey towards a more balanced and sustainable tourism model is a journey worth watching. It serves as a valuable case study for other destinations grappling with the challenges of overtourism and offers a glimpse into a future where travel is a force for good, benefiting both visitors and the places they visit. Subscribe, like, and share Cosmo Academia.